What's going on, everyone? You were listening to Bull Central here. Hope you're all doing well. Before I get into the video, just a quick update. I did not hear back from William Brown, the winner of the gift card giveaway. So unfortunately I had to redo the drawing, and the new winner now is Robot King 44. So Robot King, you've got 24 hours to claim your prize. I went onto your YouTube profile but didn't find any contact info, so feel free to reach out to me either through my email or my Instagram page, and I'll be sure to send you the gift card. So guys, last week was a tough week for the Bulls. They went 1-3, but against some of the best teams in the league, and there were a lot of promising things that can be taken from those losses, which you can catch my thoughts on any of those in the previous post-game videos. But looking ahead at this upcoming week, week 4 of the regular season, the Bulls have 3 games, so they'll have a chance to get a little more rest. Tomorrow they'll be taking on the Boston Celtics back in Chicago, which more on that in a bit. Then they have a few days off before heading to Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder, who've been playing surprisingly well, given the fact most people figured they would be tanking this year and likely one of the worst teams in the league. Then they'll close out the week on Sunday in Dallas, where they'll see the Mavericks. We'll see if Luka will be playing this time around. I actually would love to see Luka play, despite the fact that the Bulls have obviously a much higher chance of winning when he's not playing, as we saw the last time around when we played the Mavericks a couple weeks ago. So let's start with the game against Boston. But it is questionable, whether this game will in fact happen, given the fact that the Celtics are so undermanned due to so many players in the NBA health and safety protocol. They actually had to postpone their last game against the Miami Heat. And I'll probably make a separate video on this because I do have to say I am a bit concerned. I'm a bit worried the league potentially may have to suspend or put the season on hold with the amount of players that are falling into the protocol or testing positive. The situation could quickly get out of hand just simply due to the fact of how contagious the virus is. But let's say the Celtics game proceeds as scheduled. This is obviously going to be another tough matchup for the Bulls against a quality playoff team in the Celtics. Now, their best player, Jason Tatum, did test positive for COVID, and he'll need to be quarantined for 10 to 14 days, so he will be out of the game if it proceeds tomorrow. Jaylen Brown is also under the health and safety protocol. It hasn't been confirmed whether he's tested positive or if it's just for contact tracing purposes. But either way, those are the Celtics' 2 best players. So you would have to think if this game proceeds and if Jaylen Brown is out and both of these guys are out, this should be an easy win for the Bulls, especially if we are able to get Markkanen or Ryan Arcidiacono back, who, if you remember, have been continuing to test negative and started working out in Chicago while the Bulls were out on the West Coast. As of right now, it's still unclear whether they'll remain in the health and safety protocol at the time of this recording. And for the Celtics, keep in mind, this is also in addition to Kemba Walker, who is yet to play this season due to a knee injury. And they also have Tristan Thompson, who's been out under the health and safety protocol as well. So again, if this game proceeds, it should be an easy win for the Bulls. I won't get my hopes up yet, but the Bulls would be favored to win with all of these players out. Now, guys, just a quick update as the news broke while I was editing the video that the Bulls and Celtics game for tomorrow actually has been postponed, which is unfortunate, but obviously the health and safety of the players and the coaching staff and all the other staff that contribute to the games is more important than the game proceeding. It's likely this game will probably get postponed for the second half of the year, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. What's nice is that it gives the Bulls some more rest, and hopefully by the time they come back for their next game on Friday, Markkanen and Ryan Arcidiacono will be cleared to play. Anyway, all right, now I'll continue with the rest of the video that I had recorded shortly before this news. Then on Friday, the Bulls will take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, the Bulls dominated this team in the preseason, but again, that was preseason. Things are a lot different now. As I mentioned, the Thunder have gotten off to a surprisingly good start. They're 5-4, and they just beat the Nets last night, and the Nets had Kevin Durant. It's not like, all these guys were out. I think the Thunder, what's been the most surprising thing to me is the rise of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I guess I shouldn't say too surprising. He was predicted to be the league's most improved player, and he played incredibly well his rookie season last year, but averaging 21 points per game on great efficiency, averaging almost 7 assists and 5.5 rebounds. The Thunder really have a good one in this kid. So the key for the Bulls in this game is really just ensuring they lock up SGA and making sure he's not getting any easy buckets, covering him on the perimeter as he's continued to show he can shoot it from deep. Then finally, we'll be taking on the Mavericks, which will be a tough game if Luka is in the lineup. And even without Luka, this Dallas team is pretty solid. They're coming into this with 3 straight wins going into the week. Tim Hardaway Jr. has been a key piece for them to go alongside Luka, and Jalen Brunson, who had that great game against the Bulls in their first matchup as well. So all in all, it won't be an easy week for the Bulls by any means. I mean, we knew going into this month, the month of January, their schedule was going to be very difficult. And despite the losses, they've proven to manage it pretty well and remain competitive against these quality Western Conference teams. Now, I do always like to take a look at ESPN's power rankings into the week to see where the Bulls have landed. ESPN did bump the Bulls up 3 spots from the 29th place last week to 26th, which in my opinion, which is a biased opinion, that's still a little low just based on what we've seen from the team and the drastic improvements they made this week. It just doesn't show up in the standings. One that was surprising on the rankings was that ESPN put Toronto at 20, a team that has started off the season 2-7, putting them ahead of the Hornets, Knicks, Cavs, Thunder, Kings. I don't know, just a bit strange that they ranked them that high given the start of the season that they've had. I mean, all the teams I just mentioned, including the Bulls, have been better than the Raptors, but I always take these ESPN rankings with a grain of salt because at the end of the day, they don't mean anything, nor do they determine a team's placement or seeding in the playoffs or lottery. To be honest, it's kind of just clickbait material, and I guess I always just fall for the clickbait. Anyway, guys, it should be a good week ahead for the Bulls, and hopefully we're getting closer to seeing the 4 players under the protocol back on the court soon. No updates as of right now on any of them, and that actually includes Otto Porter as well. I know that he's still out due to the back spasms. But I will keep you guys updated as I hear and learn more on any updates on that. You can also join the Discord page that we recently started, which includes all the latest news and updates. I'll leave a link for that in the description. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a Bulls fan and you enjoy daily Bulls content, and I will catch you guys in the next one.